revolution will not be televised, not be televised. There be no rerun, brothers and sisters. The revolution will be live.
Radio B, owner of Southpaw Battle Coalition, as well as a battler, Richmond, Virginia.
Bravo, co-owner of Southpaw Battle Coalition, Richmond, Virginia.
Heavy, high up. I think, you know, with the explosion of the DMV region and Virginia being the main bloodline of that talent, I think it speaks volumes for what we've been cultivating down here for a long time, and finally, you know, a lot of the talent that's from our region and from our state has been able to break through, and I think you're just going to continue to see the floodgates open. I mean, the PGs today is probably 4 or 5, you know, Virginia artists. There's a couple of Richmond artists that are going to go crazy today. Madface, Jay Moore. So I think you're going to definitely see Richmond specifically, but Virginia and DMV continue to flood the URL and flood the market in general.
I think it was a matter of time. With Big K doing what he was doing, pretty much setting the tone for it, and then you got the guys like Av coming in, then Moon coming in, Jack. It was just a matter of time before people really started paying attention to what we had down here, and once the opportunity presented itself, we capitalized on it, and we just getting started. Okay, well, I'm gonna be a little selfish on this one and say me versus Moon. A lot of people know who Moon is right now. He's one of the rising stars in URL, and me and him had a battle 6 years ago that pretty much catapulted the battle rap culture in Richmond as we speak today. That would be my historical moment.
I would have to say, if we're talking about a battle in Virginia, in Richmond specifically, I'm gonna have to be selfish. I'm gonna have to say myself and Bravo. But I also want to say, outside of just like a Richmond person that you would consider in battle rap, I would say Nicholas F. 106 and Park run, Hall of Fame. His run was right after Loaded Lux. That's our other partner that also co-owns Southpaw Battle Coalition. His run on 106 and Park was concurrent with Loaded Lux on 106 and Park. I think he was the last Hall of Famer. But I think as far as that battle between myself and him, it's a classic battle, but it also is what spurred us to start Southpaw Battle Coalition, and here we are today.
You know, our slogan is we fight different. So we try to, everything we do, we try to be different in terms of our training methods, in terms of how we book the matchups, how we come up with our creative trailers, everything. We try to fight different. In those regards, we try to do everything different and be not what people want us to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think also, I mean, we're just naturally different. Most of our roster is artists turned battlers or people that are from different, I guess, different backgrounds other than battle rap. You know, they didn't start battle rap. I mean, some people are poets, some people are, you know, music artists, and they're known for different things. So we have a very diverse roster as far as styles between Nicholas F., myself, Bravo, Moon, Chillum the Great, Kane, Henny Low, Trill Nick. We have a great roster, but it's very diverse. And if I left your name out, Face, everybody, you know, Chance Fisher, you already know what it is. I think people should be able to maneuver between the two. I mean, I know that I do. He does. A lot of people on our roster do. And I think that there's a myth that, you know, battle rappers can't make music. And I think sometimes even battle rappers get caught up in that. And instead of making the music that they will make from their heart, they try to make music that is more like mainstream appealing, that's outside of their style as far as them using their pens and shit, just because they don't want to get trapped in the battle rappers. All they do is make is bar. I think everybody should just be true to themselves. If you make music from your heart, and battle from your heart. And if you want to separate the two in your branding and doing your marketing thing, that's fine. If you want to if you want to mix the two, you can. I think just people just have to do the music and the battling from a place where they believe in it.
Pretty much what he said. I think we're artists, and as artists, we're able to adapt to any type of entity that we get our hands in, whether it's battle rap, poetry, or music. So if you're a real true artist, you're able to get into those moments, get into those things, and capitalize off them because you have the skill set to do so.
No shows. As a league owner, as a battler that also runs a league, I mean, there's nothing that kills a sport worse than that. Is not showing up. And if you're having a situation, not giving the heads up, it kills the morale of the battlers, it kills the morale of the league, hurts the fans. Be accountable, you know what I mean?
I think mine is the defeat bars. I don't want to hear no more defeat bars. I don't care how creative it is, how dope it is. Defeat bars, I think we should dead them things there.
Stop biting. Stop biting bars, stop biting styles, stop biting cadences. Obviously, we all inspire one another, so influences are gonna occur, but definitely want to try to be creative at all times. All right, I'll take that one. So, and this is gonna be more for like our guys that are on small leagues that have not like broken through. Because I'll say this, when it comes to booking people that are known, I think it really depends. What you get paid and whether or not you should get paid should be determined upon the value that you bring and that your name and your performance brings to the league. Whether that be from the door or whether that be from the type of views and the interest that you can bring to whatever league's channel. If you're talking about somebody that doesn't generate, that hasn't gone out there and been able to generate all kinds of views, then if you're local, you have to be able to bring some money through the door. Like whatever money that you're asking for, if you're not bringing at least that amount through the door, then you really can't expect to get paid that. Because it's just bad business for the league for them to be paying you for something that they can't recoup. Now, if you're somebody that's from out of town and you got a name and the league books you, obviously you may not bring that through the door because the local area just may not know you. But at the end of the day, it does need to reflect in how you promote. If you do promote, that would be helpful in how you make your money. But also like what kind of views you bring to the channel, and what kind of performance you bring every time. The consistency of your performances is key. That's the number one thing as far as getting paid. The other stuff is secondary, but it's all encompassing. We have to consider all of that when we're deciding like what we're gonna pay and who we're gonna pay. Those things have to be taken into account. It's just not just rapping. It's not, oh, I showed up and rap. Like, too many people think they should get paid just to rap. We all rap.
I agree. And another thing I want to add on, because there's been instances where we have booked guys who are extremely talented and they've come and they showed out and we felt like they were worth a specific amount of money because we knew we was going to get a dope battle out of it, which would help our league as well. You know what I mean? But you did have some who asked for a specific amount. One, they haven't battled in a long time, so they haven't built their brand up. No one knows them, so it's a lose-lose situation. And it's a very thin line between the two. And you got to be real decisive with it and stick to your guns at times too. Lux third against Calico.
Yeah, he stole mine.
Lux third against Calico.
Yeah,
that was my biggest moment. Yeah.
Definitely the most pivotal moment for me. I think Verb and Holla though, I think that was a crazy moment.
Big Gerald.
You know what I'm saying? Big Gerald, you know what I mean? I think that was a memorable moment. Those would be my top two.
My next one? It's tough. I think Tay Roc versus Clips the second one. Cause that took Tay Roc to the next level. After that, he catapulted to be pretty much the face of URL. And that was a huge moment. I rocked with it because it was like the changing of the guard at that time too. Because Tay Roc became that guy. Salute to Tay Roc. That's a hard one there, man.
Yeah, everybody gets stuck in this one.
Ooh-wee.
And we got
it, that one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I wanna when I think of schemes that I do like to speak on, JC one of my favorite. I battled JC. Shout out to JC. And I'm gonna say when he mocked Chilla's scheming and he did the social media shit. The bird blue, and I feel like that was one of the dopest moments that I can remember. Like when we discussed schemes specifically, was just how he accurately flipped Chilla's style in that battle. I think that was one of the craziest battles, on URL.
That was a good one. I'm not gonna necessarily say this is my best ball of all time, but JC versus Trez. When he was like, the gun, this bitch beautiful and breathtaking. Like, the conviction behind it and the feeling behind it was crazy for me because those kind of bars that I like, I rock with hard. So that's the first one that stuck out.
Yeah, it's so many.
There's so many.
It's so many. Sometimes I feel like picking a bar out is disrespecting so many other people's bars. It's like if I say that, it's like, oh, but what about these 50 other bars? Or, you know what I'm saying? There's so many moments and there's so many bars on Smack URL. That's why, you can't duplicate it.
You can pretty much quote a bar from almost every battle. That was just crazy, like game changer.
Because when you say JC, it made me think of Twerk recent battle with JC, and that's for anybody small and testing. Like,
right.
It's so many. This is what we do it for. You know what I'm saying? And when you're at that high of a level, there's just a million moments.
Facts. Kroger Spot. That's mine. Yeah, Kroger Spot on Hard Street. Amazing fish. They got some of the biggest cornbread you can get to. Delicious. I would suggest Kroger Spot. In fact, Ryda was just there today. He was there today, so he knows about it too.
I would say I'm gonna go and say if you want soul food, definitely Mama J's. If you want barbecue, go to Buzz and Ned's. Those will be definitely my top right there, as well as Kroger Spot.
I would say J Mo, of course. He's battling today, but people don't really know about him yet because he's really just getting into the door. So I'm gonna definitely say J Mo is one. We got a young shooter. On Southpaw called Henny Low. Gifted. Like he's real gifted. You know what I mean? He just actually had a battle with Drugs. For y'all to know who Drugs is. Crazy battle, crazy one-rounder battle. Y'all should check that out. And I'm gonna be selfish again to say this guy, especially with his resume, like he's already battled Twerk, he's already battled JC, he's battled J Mo already, you know what I mean? His resume is crazy. He's about to have another battle on the Jerusalem card that's coming out that Twerk put together, you know what I'm saying? So I would say those three right there.
I'm gonna return the favor and say bravo. Incredible battler, all around battler, super talented. We say Chillin' My La, who is another battler from our roster, just a different, special. And I'm gonna say somebody else that's on this card, Madface. Very unorthodox, super entertaining. I think you're gonna see him have a breakout battle today on the PG. So those will be my three.
My number one tip would be to be yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Try not to consume yourself in what's going on. Be yourself, and just live with the results and what happens after that.
Be accountable. You know what I mean? Be stand up. So like if you make a commitment to a league or, you know, to a battle, try your damnedest to live up to that. You know what I mean? It goes a long way as far as your reputation is concerned and people doing business with you. It's a much better way to get your money in and get your respect.
I agree. I think that putting in that craft, putting in that work, my man here, you know what I'm saying, he always saying putting in the 10,000 hours to master your craft. You got to put in those hours, day in and day out, to be able to master your craft. I would give that advice too.
Yeah, definitely preparation is going to be at the top of the list. But to go off of his first one, you know, just being original. I think that's what separates most battlers, one from another, or separates somebody from a small league, a small room from a big stage is being original, being a character that somebody can say, or having a style that someone can say is signature to you. That's going to be a big difference between, you know, one battler to the next.
I think another one is remember what you're here for. You know, and a lot of people they fall into the realm of getting into the negativity of battle rap and forgetting what they're here for, and that's, you know, the competitive nature of it, and to have fun and do it for the culture, because we're continuously growing, as y'all can see, and we got to continue growing by keeping that positive energy within.
Radio B, Richmond, Virginia, Southpaw Battle Coalition. You can Jesus Never Wore a Suit album on all digital platforms, as well as social media at Radio Blitz.
Bravo, Instagram, Bravo of VA, Southpaw Battle Coalition.